Dave's LFC Chats on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. Guys, as I say, World Cup was kicked off yesterday. Host city Qatar, host country Qatar against Ecuador. The Ecuador side are decent, aren't they? 2-0 to Ecuador, 2 goals from Ener Valencia. Absolutely huge win for them. It's going to be hard for Qatar to get out of the group. Big games today, of course. You've got England, Iran at 1 o'clock, Senegal, Holland at 4, and then Wales and America, US at 7. So huge games today. I'm looking forward to them. Cannot wait. I took today off work actually so we can have a relax and watch the games and stuff like that. But obviously there's big problems with Qatar. We know all about human rights and stuff and all this type of stuff. And you know, there's always problems, and every country has its problems, but a lot more probably in Qatar. Russia, the last time in 2018, I mean, how the hell did Russia get it? You could ask the same question. How did Russia get it in 2018? So, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Crazy. FIFA, corruption, throw it all together. Even UEFA, UEFA, they're all in the same boat, really. But we're going to try concentrate on the football. But all that other stuff won't go away, and nor should it go away. But it's good to highlight it, I suppose, as well. And everybody seems to be highlighting. So then there's the David Beckham stuff, and he's getting it in the air as well. And like, should he be involved? Should he be paid millions to be right front and center of it as well? So that, you're going to have all that. Just give me your thoughts on it. Give me your comments. The big game for England today as well in Wales. So top of the morning, Dave. Gary Richards, how are you, Gary? I know it's an unusual morning to be doing it early in the morning. It's what 20 times. It's 9:25 here. It is pissing down rain. It's cold. It's wet. It's windy. It's dark. So I said I'd just come on for half an hour or so to have a little chat about anything. Liverpool, World Cup, whatever you want. It'd be mainly about the World Cup, but we can throw Liverpool stuff in as well. Of course, we won't be playing till Christmas, so that's going to be crazy. But hit the like, hit the share. Let's get people in. Doug, hello Dave, I'm in work. Hope you're well. Doug, hope you're well. I took today off to watch the World Cup today, so I have a few days to use up before Christmas. So I said I'll take this Monday anyway with the 3 games on today, and I'll take them absolutely. And what a great day to take, because it is lashing down rain outside. It's wet, it's windy, it's dark. Winter's finally arrived, really, because it is horrible out. I left my little girl down to school this morning in the car, and my God, I actually pitied her going into school today. But I'm looking forward to the Holland-Senegal game, says Gary. Yeah, I think it's a 4 o'clock kickoff. That should be a good game. Senegal, of course, missing Sadio Mane, which is sad for Mane and Sadio for Senegal. 3 good games today. Good day to take off. Yep, Doug, I had it planned, mate. I had it absolutely planned. He says, right, Monday's always a great day. Tell me why. I don't like Mondays. Tell me why. Don't like Mondays, and it's a good day to take breaks the whole week. You've only 4 days then after that. But there's another day, probably next week, I have my eye on to take off, because, as I say, I have a few days to use up before World Cup, because if you don't use them up, you lose them, basically. So better off to do it like that. Gary and Doug in the house. I'm looking forward to the Holland set. Yep, morning, Dave. Jay is in the house. How are you, Jay? J81LFC in the house. Absolutely brilliant. Been a while. Hope you're well, Jay. Absolutely well. The World Cup started. I know there is issues in the background. Of course we do. I mean, there was issues in Russia. There was. I was looking at a program yesterday, a great documentary about the World Cup, saying the amount of issues with FIFA and going to countries. Back in '78, the '78 World Cup in Argentina, there was huge issues, of course, because wasn't the military in charge of Argentina at the time, and people were going missing, and people were, there was a problem when it was there. I think it was meant to be in Colombia at the time, but it was switched later on to go to Argentina. In South Africa, there was issues as well. In South Africa, there was big issues at the time. Obviously, in Russia, last time, 2018, it was huge issues. I mean, Russia had gone into Crimea at that stage, back in 13-14, and then Russia get it. So, I mean, there's bloody issues everywhere. Now it's in Qatar, there's other issues. So, why can't they just give it to a safe pair of hands? I think it's in the States, Canada, and Mexico. It's like a 3-country thing the next time. Big up, Dave. John is in the house. How are you, John? Dave, do you have a beer and Pringles ready? I'm actually on the Diet Coke, baby. I don't even like Diet Coke, but just the wife buys it by the bloody crate load. So it's the only sort of, drink that's in the house. And she doesn't drink alcohol, so, but like a Coke is decent. So Diet Coke, and it's too early anyway. It's only 9:30, for fuck's sake. That's why I'm drinking Diet Coke. Hit the like, hit the share, get a few people in. Let's talk about the games. A big game today, England, Iran. Pepsi Max is better, says Doug. I like proper Coca-Cola, like the normal red can of Coca-Cola. Lemonade is better, says Ravi. Hope Iran win today, but unfortunately cannot see it, says Jade Hexley. Oh my God, how are you, Jade? Hopefully you're well. I think today's game, England-Iran, is going to be a tough game for England. I mean, Iran, they're tough to beat. You won't beat them easy. I think England more quality. England are favourites to beat them. But it wouldn't be surprised me if it was a draw. England starts slow usually. So, I'm on the brew myself. Red Coke is everything. I remember, does anybody remember back in the 80s, Cherry Coke? Cherry Coke. Does anybody remember Cherry Coke in the late 80s? Cherry Coca-Cola. Cherry Coke. It didn't last very long. It was an absolute disaster. And it was horrible. Southgate hasn't got a clue. Betty still goes with a back five, says Jay. I don't know. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a draw today, Iran. We go through the three games. Yesterday, what did you think of Qatar and Ecuador? I tell you what, Ecuador are decent, aren't they? Decent sides, very good. Casado in midfield, who we all have our eyes on. Of course, Liverpool have their eyes on. Valencia up front looked an absolute handful. He went off injured. Let's hope he's okay for Ecuador's sake. And it's a big game today, Senegal and Holland. Whoever loses, that's under pressure, Southgate 12 at the back, says Ravi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what England will do today. You have to win your opener, though. To have any chance, you've got to be winning today. You can still buy cherry and vanilla Coke. Wow. Doug is in work today. Doug is in work. Working away. I'm meant to be in work, but I took the day off. I see him going 4-3-3 today, says Jade. England got to win. England have got to be winning today. They've got to be winning the game today. They really do. England have got to be winning. Southflake is too defensive. Southflake. You think Trent will play? I don't know. Sky Sports are saying no Foden or Mount. Mount in instead of Maguire. Or so Foden and Mount is in instead. Maguire starting. Well, maybe. Iran are pacey. The really dogged type team. I wouldn't surprise me with a draw today, a 1-1 or a 0-0. I see a 1-1, says John. You just took it out of me mouth there, John. It wouldn't surprise me. England have the pedigree, they have the players. But they'll go through a rough one. They haven't won in 7, something like that. 1 win in 7, something like that. And before that, they were flying. So it's always good to get an opening win, though. An opening win sets you up nicely, really does. We can look at Senegal, Holland. That could be a draw. That probably is a draw written all over. If Sadio was playing for Senegal, you'd even think they might do better. But that's a huge loss for Senegal, Sadio Mane. And then tonight, Wales and America. That'd be a tough game as well. Could be 3 draws today. 3 draws. Good odds there. 1-0 Iran, says Jay. I'm off today, Dave. Says Ravi. Ravi did the same as me. Took the day off, baby. A lot of people in England are taking half days today, Eddie. Or not in today, or took half days because of the World Cup. I might do something for one of the games, a bit of a instant match reaction, probably at the England game. But stuff like that. But it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting to see what happens. Gapco will light up the tournament, says Gary. Liverpool were interested in him. Is he the PSV player? For me, England can't getting out of the group. For me, England ain't getting out of the group, says Jade. Wow. Well, get your things in here now. Get your predictions for the 3 games today. John is going 1-1 in the England game, 2-1. You mean Wales 2, US 1. Yeah, and then Senegal, Holland, maybe a 1-1 draw, something like that. I want a few goals. You want exciting games. That's what you want in the World Cup. You want goals, excitement. Hit the like, guys. You've only got 2 likes. Come on. Looking forward to Argentina playing. Yeah, some big games. Who's your favourites to win it? I think Brazil. I think if anybody beats Brazil, wins it. Argentina will get close. You Portugal, Germany, Spain, France there. Big blow for France with Benzema. With Benzema out there, it's absolutely huge blow for France without Benzema. Really, they've got a great squad still. An unbelievable squad. Probably the best squad in the World Cup. Doesn't mean they're going to win it, though. I can't see them win it. They won it last time. I think it could be a South American. It could be Brazil, Argentina. I'll tell you what, Uruguay with Darwin Núñez and Luis Suarez up front, they're going to give teams a bit of a. I can't wait to see them either. That's going to be interesting. Uruguay and Suarez up front with Darwin and Suarez. That is going to be wow. You know what I mean? And they're good defensively, Uruguay. I mean, they really are. So the South Americans are looking strong. Look at Ecuador yesterday. Argentina on a 36 match unbeaten run. I love the stats, baby. 36 match unbeaten run. They flattered to deceive, though. Would be nice for Messi to win it. It's the only trophy he hasn't won, of course. To go out on a high, you would think this is Messi's last World Cup, wouldn't you? Being 4 years away for the next one. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't put it past Argentina winning it for Messi. Already got my Domino's order for half time, says John. Oh my God, you're getting that one in early. You're getting that one in early, baby. But as I say, a lot of people are off today. I'd say in England, a lot in Wales, probably even in Ireland, a lot of people have to watch the World Cup. I've took today off because of the World Cup. I love the World Cup. In November, it is weird, has to be said. A World Cup in November, it's lashing rain out, it's windy, it's even dark out. Whereas the World Cup is usually warm, sunny, June or July, and it's, it's nice out. Whereas the weather, and just being crazy being a November World Cup, isn't it? It's just absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy. So guys, and we talk about that, and as I say, it's a World Cup chat. You can bring in Liverpool or whatever you want. Apparently the captains who wear the One Love armband are going to get booked, says yeah, of course. I don't think so. They're not going to get booked. They'll get a fine, get a money fine, I'd say. They get a money fine or something like that, but can't see them getting booked. I mean, then you're really bringing politics into it and FIFA. I just can't see it. RP 2-0 Iran. Whoa. RP is going 2-0 to Iran. So England, Iran, he says England will win. FIFA have said they will get booked. Says, yeah, of course. Okay, I didn't hear that. That'd be interesting to see because they're going to wear it. They're going to wear the armband. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Kane is going to wear it. Big up, yeah, of course. Hope you're well, says John. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's so much going on and off the field for this World Cup. It's just unbelievable when you think about it. It's just so much going on and off the field. And I was just looking the other day, the size of Qatar. It's 5 or 6 times smaller than Ireland. It's about the same size. I think Northern Ireland is slightly bigger than Qatar. So it'll be like Northern Ireland holding the World Cup on its own. I mean, that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales are looking to hold the Euros. As like 4 or 5 nations to hold it. The bids going in. I mean, imagine a country like Northern Ireland just holding the whole World Cup. Someone stuck 20 quid on bail and Kane, first yellow cards. £20 on 18 grand. Return. Wow, that's a good one. That is a good one. I don't think you get 18 grand now because they're both going to get booked. You just said FIFA. FIFA just said, didn't they, that they're going to book them with the armbands, the rainbow armbands? I don't know, the first time I heard about it. But it is going to be interesting. It is going to be super interesting. But guys, predictions for the lineup for England and predictions for the wins. When the Republic of Liverpool will play in the World Cup. It could be a while away. It could be a while. When will the Republic of Ireland play in the bloody World Cup? That's the question. We beat Malta 1-0 yesterday, but it's like watching paint dry, watching Ireland at the moment. We just don't have a few good young players coming through. But Kelleher played in goal for Ireland yesterday, kept a clean sheet, was decent enough, Kiefer Kelleher. But we don't have it in front. You need a striker. You need someone that can score goals for you. No matter how good or bad a team you are. If you don't have someone that can put the ball in the net, like we used to have Robbie Keane, I don't think you go anywhere. And we've a tough group in the Euros. We've France and Holland, Greece. France, Holland and Greece. And only 2 come out of it. France and Holland, you know what I mean? Even Greece would be tough. Slippery. Greece would be slippery for Ireland. So, it's going to be interesting. But it's all eyes in this World Cup. What do you think England will do today? What do you think Wales will do today? I mean, if both of them could get wins, it's huge. It sets you up nicely. It really does set you up nicely if you can get wins. FIFA was just an office block in Switzerland in the 80s. And look at it now. I mean, your man Gianni Infantino coming out with some of the crap he came out the other day. It was a Saturday. And it's talking about not to bring politics into it. He was exactly bringing politics into it. He's an absolute idiot, that fella. An absolute idiot. 8-1-1 formation by South Goat, says RP. Dave, do you think the Ireland and Northern Ireland teams should come together to make one? I don't know, John. I can't see it happening, to be honest. Not straight away, obviously. They were talked about it back in the 80s and 90s, I remember. I think it's good. Well, I mean, like the cricket teams and the rugby team. are together. The rugby team and the cricket teams are one team. People mightn't know that, but the Irish rugby team is north and south, and the cricket teams are north and south. If people don't know that, that's exactly, if that's what you mean. And soccer, I think soccer is one of the only ones that it isn't. You know, big sort of things. But maybe in the future, I don't know. We shall see. Time will tell, as they say. Time will tell. Could happen. Both teams are sort of stagnating. Any Liverpool news, Dave, says Jay? Not really, no. I seen a great ad today on the Liverpool FC channel, the Christmas ad. George Sefton, who I had on the channel, of course, is in it doing the commentary. George Sefton's the commentator. He's near 50 years on Anfield doing all the commentary and doing all the, the lineups and stuff. England will win if it's a beer drinking competition. Well, there's no beer allowed before and after the game, for God's sake. I mean, that's another thing. There will be no beer in the fan parks. Now, England will probably get beer over at some stage. I mean, lucky if Ireland were there, Jesus Christ, no beer at the stadium. That'd be really, really bad. I think Ireland would beat England in the beer drinking competition, to be fair. But I mean, the Welsh can drink as well. But look, it's going to be interesting. It really is. There's no Liverpool news. I mean, unless someone else knows Liverpool news. We're being linked with loads of players and stuff. And the more Bellingham talk on Saturday again, I seen it. And FSG talk. There was other stuff. Steve Ballmer, the LA Clippers owner, the billionaire, who I did a video on recently. I don't know. He was being interviewed after an LA Clippers game, and one of the journalists asked him, is he interested in buying any more clubs or sports franchises, and he basically said no. Whether that means no and means no, he'll never get back involved is another thing. The FSG thing, of course, will take longer than people think. It mightn't even be till next summer, and it mightn't even happen. It might not even happen. They're just testing the waters, it looks like. I don't know. I only travel to places that serve beer. Being a dry state would be like purgatory to me. Seeing videos of England fans hiding beer in the screw-off Coke cans. There you go. Bellingham talk, reality Curtis Jones contract. Yeah, well, look, we do need a Bellingham. Actually, the Declan Rice one's actually getting more hot air and more stuff about it than even Bellingham. I mean, Declan Rice seems to be the new one on the block, the new kid on the block for Liverpool. A lot of people talking about, a lot of ex-Liverpool players going, he could be the next Roy Keane, but I don't think he's quite that good. But he's certainly, he's decent. He's come on. I didn't rate him that much when he played for West Ham in the early stage. I thought he was a bit leggy, but he's definitely come on. He's commanding games. He's a big fella. He'd probably start for England today, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. Him and Bellingham probably start today for England, you would think, against Iran. But I do like him. But he'd cost a packet, wouldn't he? And I don't think you'd get him in January anyway. I mean, West Ham are in trouble. They're right down there at the bottom. So are West Ham going to sell them the prized assets? Maybe. Get 100 million from it and get 2 or 3 players in. Make them stay up, but I don't know. Don't see the hype around Rice, says Jay. Not really. I do see it with chicken curry and fried rice though on a Saturday night. That's nice. There's your hype around Rice. But we'll see. The Rice won't go away. I dream about Rice, Bellingham and Barella midfield next season, says RP. Keep dreaming, baby, because that's some dream, that is. Keep dreaming. 3 years before they announced LeBron's La Vegas NBA franchise, so the sale could take up to then, I think. Maybe. I love a bit of Nesquik, me. There's this. Do you want some? Do you want some Nesquik? Here we go. Nesquik. Nice in the morning. An ad. We'll get money for that ad. But Mick Moran's in Copy Podcast in the house. Mick, as usual, top class legend in the house. What do you think today? Today's huge games today. England, Iran at 1, Senegal, Holland at 4, and then of course it is Wales against the US at 7. So it's a packed day of football, isn't it, guys? As I say, I took the day off, and that's the reason why I took the day off. It is a packed day, and I'm looking forward to it. The rain is fucking thundering down here in Dublin. It is pissing down rain. Did LeBron give tickets to Thiago for the NBA game? Yes, he did, because I think Thiago tagged LeBron in it, King James, in the post on Twitter with a picture of him and his wife at the game, the NBA game. So, and he was right up centre. He was right at the front. So I'd say he did. LeBron James did him a favour and got him the tickets. Iran to win 1-0, Wales to win 2-1, says Jay. Wow. Today, Iran will nuke England. Woo! Iran, wow. But yeah, I think Iran could pull off a surprise today. I wouldn't take Iran easy. You take no game in the World Cup easy, but you've got to turn up. You've got to turn up. Mick Moran says Senegal, Holland is a huge one. Shame for Sadio getting injured. Would have been nice to see Sadio and Verge having a little cuddle, says Mick. Yeah, huge for Senegal. I mean, the fact that he's not there, I think Holland might beat them today. If Sadio was there, you might say maybe a draw. Here around here. Holy shit, it is lashing down around here. Cats and dogs. But as I say, I'll come on for a little while, have a little World Cup chat. Might do an instant match reaction straight after the England game just to see what happens. But it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting day. And that's why I took today off work. Why not? 3 big games. Take it off, sit back and relax. Iran's best player was a bench player for Brighton. I wouldn't talk them up too much. No, but I mean, they're in the World Cup. They've got there. I've seen them playing in games where they've got draws where you're saying they're going to get hammered here, you know? I mean, if England get an early goal, they'd probably beat them 2-3-0, handy enough, but it's not easy. A lot of pressure on England, basically, is what I'm saying. Big pressure on England. Maguire and Luke Shaw will entertain us today. Take care, Dave. Back to work. Tea break over. Enjoy the football. Jay, fair play to you for popping in, bro. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping in. Doug saying hello to Mick. Absolute legends. As I said, just a little breakfast show here. A little half-hour breakfast show. I wasn't meaning to do that, but I just have to fill in a half an hour or an hour just to have a little chat about the World Cup because I do like the World Cup. I've always liked it since about 82, 86. 86 really, when I got into it. Mexico 86. When we started collecting the Panini sticker albums back in the 80s. People still do it today, I think, but my younger brother used to do it and collect them. I think he got the whole Mexico 86 album. Probably cost me 20 grand to fill it, but you know what I mean. Big up mixes, John. Yeah, Mick Moran. Check out the Copy Podcast, top of the range. People on there, check it out. And Doug from Doug Football Channel and John, Glasgow Reds chats. All top class Reds channels, guys. Top of the range. Top of the morning, top of the range. But the rain is still fucking pissing down here. Absolutely pissing down here. Mick, yeah, absolutely, Mick. We got to get you back on, my friend. We get you back on before the World Cup ends. Get you back on. We do a Reds chat. We do a pre-Christmas Reds chat. Of course, we're not back until when do we? It's the 16th we play, or the 19th. Is the 19th we play City in the League Cup? Like, you know, it's a bit away. Dave, do you think Kloppo lost the plot? I hear top players are shocked by lack of investment and ambition shown by the club. No, he hasn't lost the plot. Klopp is employed by FSG, you know, and no, he should be. I missed the Premier League sticker books. I did it 2 years ago, and it cost me a fortune. That's what I'm saying. It'd be like trying to buy a car and, you know, buy parts for a car and make a car from scratch. It cost you probably 100 grand to make a 20 grand car, you know, if you were to buy the parts separately. My wee man has one of them books now that have, yeah, Panini, I think, used to make the stickers. Huge money to fill it. Because you have to keep getting the right stickers. The good thing is, if you have a few people doing it, you can swap stickers. That's the only way you'd fill it. And I'm talking about Mexico 86 and Italia 90 here. That was the last time I seen sticker bleeding albums, baby. You know what I mean? That was the big one for me, was Ireland in 1990, Italia 90 with Jack Charlton, of course, getting to the quarterfinals, getting knocked out by Italy, the hosts Scalacci in the second half. So that was the big one for me. 94 in the US and 2002 in Korea. I think we will beat around 4-0. First goal for me would be Bellingham, says Andrew Quinn. Andrew, how are you? Hope you're well, my friend. Yes, absolutely. Well, you would think England should be beating Iran. I mean, if you have any hopes to get out of the group, if you have 2 tricky ones against America and Wales, like a derby game, you got to be beating Iran, really, haven't you? Panov Scouse is in. How are you, my friend? Hopefully you're well. Absolutely brilliant. Pep's next book, Believers to Accountants. Believers to Accountants. Under the table, brown envelopes. Believers to brown envelopes. That would be the new book out by Pep. But yeah, look, it's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I seen another thing. There was some great documentary. Go on YouTube, guys. The documentary's on YouTube. I think it's Johnny Harris, is it? He's doing an absolutely brilliant documentary on Qatar, all the background stuff on Qatar. Check that out. Johnny Harris, it's brilliant. Also, R.I.P. to Jason David Frank, who died yesterday, my favourite Power Ranger of all time. Who? Oh, yeah, was he, Power Rangers now, I'd be a bit old for Power Rangers, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think Paul Machin did an interview with him at a Comic Con a few years ago. I seen something in Redman TV talking about it. Yeah, rest in peace. Tally ho, Panoff. You love that tally ho, Gary, don't you? You love it. Do you know what I'm thinking of doing today when I get off this stream? I'm thinking of going down to the shopping centre about a mile away and going and getting there's a new place open that does breakfast and lunch only, but you should see their breakfast. Oh my God, an Irish breakfast. Sausages, pudding, rashers, eggs, toast, mushrooms, hash browns, whatever you want. That's what I'm thinking about right now, baby. That's what I'm thinking about right now. But this is live on YouTube. This isn't StreamYard, so I can't actually put the comments up like I can on StreamYard. You know where you can put them up? This is just YouTube. And you can't even... YouTube have a new thing where you can bring people in, but you can only bring one person in at a time. But you have to go live at that position. I hope England lose today, says Mo Salama. Who do you hope wins it? I'm going Brazil. I think Brazil, but I'd like Argentina. Head says Brazil, heart says Argentina. For Messi, of course. One thing he has never won. FIFA Uncovered on Netflix is great documentary stuff. Yeah, I might check that one out. Gary, I used to get Match Attacks years ago and World Cup sticker books years ago, says Andrew. Oh yeah, Match Attacks, Jesus Christ. We used to get them actually for my nephew, who's a Man United fan, and we used to get them for him for Christmas. That's what he wanted, the Match Attacks book with the stickers for Christmas. What? Premier League Match Attacks. Obviously, I think it was. But they're talking about Harry Kane there with the rainbow armband at the moment on Sky News. Uruguay to win it for me, says John. Wow. I don't know whether they have enough to win it, but they certainly have enough to give a few people frights, don't they? Cavani, they've got, really powerful up front with Darwin, of course, and Suarez. It's raining in the UK. It is raining here in Dublin. It is pissing down rain at the moment. It's dark. It's wet. It's windy. Sounds good to me. They have a nice Irish brekkie. Panoff, yeah. What's the difference between an Irish breakfast and an English breakfast? Other than Irish and English. What is the difference? I don't bloody know. When I was in Liverpool in June for the Champions League final, I went to, is it Shiraz for breakfast when I arrived. I'd literally arrived and I went into Shiraz for breakfast. I think it's called Shiraz Palace, I think it's called. Wow, what a breakfast that was. I went twice. It was like a dinner. I like a bloody dinner it was. My money's on Uruguay too, says Panoff. Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously penalty to Harry claim. Yeah, you probably get a penalty today. What are the odds on that? A dive from Harry Kane. You probably get a penalty. What would the odds be on that? I wouldn't say you get great odds. I wouldn't say you would get great odds at all, baby. But looking forward to the games. Big up Dave and people in the chat says Tarmitzi, how are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Who are you going for today? The 3 big games. What do you think of Ecuador yesterday? The Lightning Seeds brought out It's Coming Home for Christmas. Basically a remake of their original song from years ago. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. Yeah, I don't know if it's coming home this year though, to be fair. You never know, but you never know. Not much by the sounds of it, Dave, says Panoff. No, there's not much difference in it. I presume you're talking about the breakfast. I don't think there's any difference in it. I'll tell you what's in an Irish breakfast. There's sausage, rashers, hash browns, egg, either scrambled egg or just normal fried egg, a toast, black and white pudding, and maybe mushrooms and tomatoes. Sorry, sometimes you can get tomatoes as well. I think that's a full, extra full breakfast basically. So I don't think there is much, because anytime I'm in England in a hotel or something, seems the same to me. I don't know what the difference is. If anybody can tell me what the difference is, and toast as well, let me know, because I don't know what the difference is. The difference between an Irish and English breakfast. I back Iran as an Asian myself, but I'm content with a win for England, just for Trent and Hendo. says Termesi. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, you want all the 7 Liverpool players that are away. I mean, we want Alisson, we want Fabinho to do well for Brazil. Everybody can't do well, obviously, but we want them to do well. I think Brazil will be the team to beat. Then you've got, of course, Kanate. It's a chance to start for France, of course. We've got Hendo and Trent for England. And we've got Darwin Núñez, of course, and Van Dijk for Holland. So, we'd be watching. That gives an added interest as well, doesn't it? Gives an added interest for Liverpool. Pity Diogo Jota didn't make it, of course, with Portugal. That would have been another one we could have kept an eye on. He's out injured. We're just hoping he gets back as soon as possible for Liverpool, of course. Diaz didn't make it with Colombia. Colombia are not there. So they can rest up and get ready for the start of the season, because it's going to be crazy at Christmas for Liverpool. Darwin versus VVD in the final. That would be interesting. Apparently Liverpool are getting a Popeye chicken takeout place. So Hooters has opened in Liverpool, and we're getting another American takeout place in Popeye chicken. No difference at all, Dave, mate. It's just when the sausages are from, Dave. Yeah, I don't think there is any real difference, Irish and English breakfast. Maybe it's black pudding. You don't get it I don't know. White pudding probably is the main thing, says Panoff. Maybe. I love both of them anyway, because I don't know if there's any difference. Dave, why did you call Kane Harry... Why did you call Kane Harry Claim? What? Why did you call Harry Kane Claim? Claim Harry, is that what I call him? Penalty claim Harry. Claim Harry, penalty claim. But what they're talking about in Sky News there. Did remove FSG clowns as soon as possible. Do something. Dave, remove. I can't see it being quick. The more it broke, it was crazy, and then it's just calmed down, hasn't it? It has calmed down in the last few weeks. Maybe they just don't want. They're not getting what they want for it. There is a few people that would like the club. Maybe they just want someone to come in and buy 10% stake or 20% stake, and then they can invest. But we do need investment in January, whether it's FSG or not. And even if it is FSG, they've got to protect their asset in Liverpool. So they've got to get someone in to make sure we get top 4, because we don't get top 4. The asset, as in Liverpool's asset, isn't worth as much if you want to sell it next summer. So I think it's so important. Brazil, says most of them are out. Yeah. You're a joker, Dave. I absolutely am, my friend. Absolutely am, Ravi. Absolutely am. Gotta have a bit of a laugh in life. Or why else? Why else be? Why else do anything else? Have a bit of laugh, bit of fun, bit of crack. Don't be too serious about stuff, because the world is a serious place at the moment. It is crazy at the moment. I heard we have done work on Lamar and Neves throughout the summer. Well, I did a video on Lamar, Conrad Lamar, in the summer. I think he's on a free in the summer, so you could put a little cheeky bid in for him. He's really good midfielder. Liverpool looked at him. I think Liverpool could put a bid in for him, maybe even offer 10 million or 12 million for him and get him, because he's going to go for free in the summer, and then work a Rice or a Bellingham in the summer, maybe something like that. I'd be surprised if a Bellingham or a Rice came in January. I think they're more of a big summer signing, so they might want something just to come in decent. Lamar, Austrian international, is he? Decent. Could be a good thing we're not hearing much, Dave. Yeah, well, that's true. Could be going and working on in the background. Where is Sterling's best position? Sterling's best position is in the bank. Your bank account, as in sterling money. I'm sad for Bobby, but he wouldn't get in that front three for Brazil. No, he wouldn't. No. Sad for Bobby and his family. I mean, all Brazilians dream of playing in the World Cup. I mean, that's basically like a religion to them. So I want them fit and ready to roll for Liverpool when we come back at Christmas. That is the big thing for me. What will England do today? I don't know. I think they need to win it, though. There's no use being too conservative, and it's against Iran. You've got to go out there and win today. You've got to go out and win. Wales, would they take a draw against the States? States are messy. Senegal, Holland. Whoever wins that, you would think, with Qatar and Ecuador in the group. I mean, Ecuador off to a little bit of a flyer there. They're going to be tough. They could. I tell you what, Ecuador could come out of that group of Holland, especially with Mane not at Senegal. I wouldn't be surprised if Ecuador come out of that group. I really wouldn't be. I would not be surprised if Ecuador come out of that group. I really wouldn't. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to get a laptop and we'll have a look at the other groups to see who we think will come out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, baby. If I can open up a little laptop here. How many games today? 3 games, baby. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 3 games. It's football, wall to wall. Wall to wall football, guys. Wow. Let's go in here and have a look. I'll just have a look to see, you know, what games. We'll try call the groups, basically. The 1-2 uni-flus. We'll try call the groups. Let's have a look here, guys. But I know Ecuador, obviously, it's a bit cheating because Ecuador showed their hand yesterday with the 2-0 win, which was very good. I was impressed with Ecuador yesterday. I really was. I really was impressed with them. Really, really was. Oh, breaking news, guys. You're going to hear it here on Dave's LFC chats. England and Wales will not wear the One Love armbands. England and Wales will not wear the One Love armbands today or in the tournament. I just seen something on BBC here saying they will not wear them. What? Okay. That is interesting. Is that true or what is going on? I'm just going into the World Cup thing here. England and Wales will not wear One Love armbands. There you go. So they're not going to get booked. England, Wales, not to wear the One Love armbands for today's games. Wow. One Love Bob Marley armband. One love for the reggae child. One love. Who was that? Blue. Remember Blue, the song? I'll just go through let's see if we can go through the World Cup, right? We go through the groups, but they will not be wearing the armbands. Wow. That's a big turnaround, isn't it? Excuse me. Okay, so Group A, we go through them. You've obviously got Ecuador, Holland, Senegal, and Qatar. Now, Ecuador looked good yesterday, 2-0 win against Qatar. Holland, Senegal today. You'd have to see Holland coming out of that group, wouldn't you? Just for the quality. You'd have to see Holland. But it's not going to be easy. That's a good Ecuadorian side. I'm going to say Ecuador and Holland come out of that group. So who do you think is going to come out of Group A? What I've seen of Ecuador, I think they can beat Senegal. Maybe even get something off Holland. So I think Ecuador and Holland come out of that group, Group A. Dave, Jamie Phillips is doing a watch along to the England game today. Southgate, 2 negative. If we do win it today, it will be only just 1 goal. And even then, it will be very edgy. You'd take 1-0 now, wouldn't you? I can't read that one out. Bless you, says Panoff. So I'm going to go Ecuador and Holland to come out of Group A, right? Pin these, baby. Group B, you have England, Iran, USA and Wales, of course, all played today. I think England come out of the group. I really do. I think Wales have a very good chance. I'm going to go England, Wales, in that order. England to win the group and Wales. So England, Wales come out of Group B. Group C. Group C is a really, really interesting one. Dave, are you the only one at home today? Absolutely, yes, I am the only one at home today. My little girl is in school and my wife has just gone to a shopping centre or something. Argentina, Mexico, Poland and Saudi Arabia. Wow, this is a tough one. This is a tough one to call. Argentina, I think, will win the group. Messi's Argentina. But it's going to be, I think between Mexico and Poland, it's going to be hard to call here. Mexico and Poland. I'm going to go Mexico for the very fact because of the heat. You know, might suit Mexico more than it does Poland. Saudi Arabia, I don't think can get anything out of these games. So I'm going to go Argentina and Mexico in Group C. Argentina to win the group. In Group D, Australia, Denmark, France and Tunisia. Wow, these are tough. These are tough groups. France, you would have to say, they could flatter to deceive in this. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them being the winners last time. But France, I think France will come out of it. And I think it's a toss-up between, you'd have to say Denmark, wouldn't you? France, Denmark, Australia will give teams a game. But I would say France and Denmark, France to win the group, Denmark to come second. Costa Rica, Germany, Japan, and Spain. Wow, this is interesting as well. Really interesting groups, guys. Germany, dark horses. I would always are dark horses in the World Cup. I think Germany come through. You'd have to say Spain and Germany, but I think it's too simple to say that, is it? Is it too simple? I mean, Japan will give you a game. Costa Rica, in the heat over there should give you a game. I don't think I have enough quality, so I think Germany, Spain. I think Germany win the group. Spain second. Group F, Belgium, Canada, Croatia, and Morocco. I'd have to go Belgium and Croatia. Croatia could win that group, though. Croatia could win that group. I'm going to go Croatia to win that group. Group F, Croatia to win it. Belgium just get over it and come second. Belgium flatter to deceive. I mean, you've some team, but, you know, it's all about getting out of the groups, really, isn't it? That's the main thing. So Croatia to win Group F. Belgium to come second. Group G, Brazil, Cameroon, Serbia, and Switzerland. Brazil will win that group, you would think. Switzerland can play. Switzerland can give you problems. Serbia are decent. Cameroon are decent. I'll tell you, I think it's a toss-up for second place in this group. Brazil win the group, but it's a real toss-up. I'm going to go Serbia. I think Serbia are a hard team to beat. Isn't Fulham's forward, Mijatovic? He's up front for them. So I am going Lovren as well for Serbia, or for Croatia, isn't it? So I'm going to go Brazil, Serbia. Brazil in that order. Brazil to win the group, Serbia to come second. Now, Group H, Ghana, South Korea, Portugal, and Uruguay. Now, this is a dangerous group. This is almost like a group of death. I mean, Ghana are decent. They're a big, decent side. Should you not be in work, says Delboy Gunner? Well, I took the day off, baby. I took the day off to watch the World Cup and do a little live stream. So I have 3 more days left this side of Christmas to take off. So I'm going to take at least another 1 or 2 during the World Cup just to enjoy it like I'm doing here. That would be the thing to do. Yes, Delboy Gunner TV. Check out Delboy Gunner on YouTube. I'm not a top Arsenal fan. YouTube fan channel. But absolutely. Did you watch that shite yesterday, Gunner? The 1-0 win against Malta. Jeez, that was like watching paint dry for Ireland. Ghana, South Korea, Portugal, Uruguay. Dave, not Morocco. No, not Morocco. Ghana, South Korea. I think Portugal. You know, Diogo Jota's missing, but they still have Ronaldo. Still really good players. And I think Uruguay. I think Portugal and Uruguay. Portugal, Uruguay, and in that order. Portugal and Uruguay. I might do one later. Might even do the England game. You work too hard, Dave. Ireland are useless. They absolutely are useless. Absolutely are. I thought Dave was a millionaire. Well, not quite. But I'll tell you what, if I wasn't in work, I'd be doing this every day. Wouldn't I be like Mark Goldbridge or someone like that, bleeding doing streams 2 or 3 hours every day, and this would be my job. But unfortunately, I have a normal day job, guys. I have a normal day job. So what did I say for Group H? I said Portugal and Uruguay. Is Darwin Núñez going to score lots of goals, Ravi? Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. I think he'll get goals. Absolutely. Him and Suarez, I mean, you know, crazy. So what do you think of that, guys? Am I wrong or am I right? The groups, I said Ecuador, Holland in Group A. I said England and Wales in Group B. I said Argentina and Mexico, Group C. I said France, Denmark, Group D. Germany and Spain, Group E. Croatia, Belgium in Group F. I said Brazil and Serbia in Group G. And I said Portugal and Uruguay in Group H. Let me just get a cup of tea, guys. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's go. I might do a watch along today. I actually might do a watch along today. I actually might do a watch along. You never know, guys. You never know. So much football. Might even do a watch along of the Wales game. The England game, I might. Yeah, might. Have your notifications on. I'll definitely do a match reaction. You might get a lot of people in. You probably get a lot of new people in. It'd be good for new subscribers because me being a Liverpool fan channel, if you did an England watch along or a Holland Senegal or I'd say you get people in that wouldn't be Liverpool. You get just football fans basically. Kane not wearing. That's what I just said. I just said it. They will not be wearing the armbands today. The One Love armbands will not be worn by England. Will not be worn by Wales, captains today. Must have had some sort of, something must have happened there, you know. It would have imposed sanctions on the teams. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, crazy. You're just talking about it there. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Madness, madness. What a mad world we live in. Sounds about right to me, Dave. Your predictions? Yeah. Well, I mean, well, it's sort of really going for all the favourites, but I just think Ecuador ahead of Senegal. I just think they looked a complete team yesterday. Without Mane at Senegal, they're a different team. I mean, you'd have to say Holland are decent. We think Holland would be a dark horse for the whole tournament. You think England, Wales? I think Wales could beat the States, could beat Iran. Argentina, one of the favourites, of course, and Mexico. I just think the heat will help Mexico against the likes of Poland. Australia, or sorry, Denmark and France. Denmark are a decent side. Denmark have a chance of winning that group. You know what I mean? Germany, Spain, and like Belgium, Croatia. I think Croatia could win that group, as I said, but Belgium will come through. Brazil and Serbia, and Portugal, Uruguay. Yeah, that's my predictions. Who's going to win it? I still think Brazil are the team to beat, but there'll be 2 or 3 other teams in there. I mean, the likes of France, the likes of Argentina, the likes of even Spain, Holland, even maybe England have a chance. You know, have a chance. That's all. Like, you know, once you get out of the group, you get a good last 16. You have a chance. Once you get into the quarters, it's anyone's. It's like the Champions League. You get into the quarterfinals, you have a chance. They've been slapped on the wrist and told not to do it. There you go. Exactly. Oh, they've been slapped big time. Dave, do you think Jason McAteer was a good Irish player? Yeah, he was a decent player. Played for Bolton Wanderers, of course, and then played for Liverpool. Decent enough for Liverpool. Trigger, I think his nickname is. And then played for Ireland. Yeah, he scored. He actually scored one of the most important goals for Ireland. We beat Holland. We beat the Netherlands in Dublin. I was at the game in the old Lansdowne Road in Dublin to qualify us for the World Cup in 2002, I think it was, 2001. He got that goal. Lovely finish on a half volley. I was at that game. We beat Holland 1-0 that day. We needed to win to go through. We beat Holland. That was a huge win. I always remember that. All right, mate, you're supporting England since Ireland's not in the World Cup, says Cyber Leader. Well, look, I'm supporting England, Wales. I want England and Wales to do well, of course, you know. Absolutely. I want England and Wales to do well. I mean, I'm not one of these idiots that goes around hating on everybody, you know what I mean? I think England will do well. I know there's a lot of negativity. I think they'll actually do well. They've got the squad to do well. Just got to turn up on the bloody pitch. Actually, a team I'm actually supporting, if you really want to know, would be someone like Uruguay. I'd love Uruguay to do well for the likes of ex-player Suarez and of course, Darwin Núñez there. I think they'll be dark horses, but I want England to do well. Dave, I've been watching your channel since lockdown. Coppish recommended your channel. They're my bros, Coppish, Matt, Drifty, Callum Sanderson. They're absolutely knocking it out of the park at the moment, aren't they? Great lads. Really, really great lads. Same Gan as the Cyber Leader. West Ham United fan. WHUFC. West Ham are in a bit of trouble, buddy, at the moment. And what do you think of Declan Rice, the West Ham fan of the house? Do you think he'll be sold by West Ham, or do you think you'll hold on to him? You probably need to hold on to him because of the position you're in. You know, you need to. Dave, do you ever watch Ryan LFC? I do know Ryan very well. I've been on Ryan's show, actually. I've been on Ryan's show twice, I think. Ryan LFC. Jamaican Ryan. I think he lives in Canada, but I do know Ryan, yes. I know everybody. Basically, Liverpool-wise, I'd know most Liverpool channels, to be fair. This Holland side isn't as strong as Gary. No, but they're a good team. They're basically a team. They're not individuals. They're a good team. And I think that's usually a team that wins the World Cup. If you're not individuals, you know, that's what you want. You want a team. Yep, you'll probably go in the summer unless we do something, says the Cyber Leader. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like that. I mean, big thing for you is if someone comes in with 100 million in January and says to West Ham, listen, we'll give you 100 million for rights now. Would you take it to buy 2 or 3 players? Try to hope that I hope you stay up. I still think you've enough to stay up, but you know they're just struggling at the moment. It's Moyes' fault he's not doing nothing, says Cyber Leader. Moisey again. Manager always gets it, doesn't he? Is VVD on his last leg, says Ravi? Ah, come on, Ravi. Come on. Expect a big tournament from VVD. Better if VVD does and comes back confident for us, for Liverpool. All the Liverpool players do well. That's what we want. We no injuries, no more injuries. We don't want any injuries. I mean, I think City, we have 7 players away. City of 16. Something like that. City of 16. We've the least in the top 6 away on international duty in the World Cup. Of course, Diogo would have been there, but he got injured, of course. But still, it's, it's a bit unusual. I'd have to say, United have a load away as well. City have a load away. Spurs even have a few away. So, look, just enjoy the World Cup. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it again. We know there's stuff going on in the background, which is crazy as well. And the fact that they're not wearing the armbands today is another one to say, listen, don't wear that armband. I guarantee you, players will have stuff underneath their shirts when they score a goal. I guarantee you, they'll have the T-shirts on underneath the jersey and they'll lift it up and do something like that. They'll get sanctioned as well. They might get a yellow. But the way they usually have T-shirts on underneath the jersey when they score a goal or a hat-trick, they lift it up and all the cameras come on. I guarantee you someone, maybe Harry Kane. Thoughts on Rashford for England? Oh, Ravi, sorry, just asking your opinion. No, I don't think he's finished. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. A lot more to come from our Dutch king, Colossus Van Dijk. I would say Holland, Netherlands, or Dutch to win. Holland, Netherlands, or the Dutch to win the World Cup. Yeah, all three. All three of them. All three of them. Rashford, I don't know. I think Rashford is flattered to deceive. I really do. I mean, he's brilliant in one game, and then the next game he's non-existent. He's too inconsistent for me. Rashford, he's just too inconsistent. Has everything, but his inconsistency is what it is. Just far too inconsistent. Holland, Netherlands, or the Dutch? Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. As I say, can't wait for it. Big games. What a great... A Monday, it's lashing rain out, it's windy, it's dark, it's cold, winter's coming in, and we're talking about the World Cup. I mean, that in itself is crazy, isn't it? That in its absolute self is crazy, crazy, crazy. But we shall see. So we get the 3 results in for today, guys. If you want to put goal scorers in or, So England, Iran. What do you think, England? I think this is going to be a tight game. I think it's only 1-0 to England. I think it's 1-0 Harry Kane, something like that. 1-0. Tight game. No one wanted to give out away in the first game. 1-0 England win. Senegal, Holland. I think it could be a 1-1. I think it could be a 1-1. Dave, the world is crazy and you know it. It is absolutely bloody crazy. This will be Mane's last World Cup, Dave. Well, Mane's not even there, fuck's sake. This will be Mane's last World Cup. Yeah, and he's not even there. That's the sad part. Mane is injured. That is the sad part. Look, so I'm going 1-0 England against Iran. I'm going 1-1 Senegal, Holland, and I'm going 2-1 Wales against England. There you go. US. Wales 2, US 1. England 1-0 against Iran, and Senegal 1, Holland 1. They're my predictions for today. Ronaldo, last World Cup, says Ravi. Yeah. Looks like it, yeah. Oh, yeah. Messi's last World Cup, Ronaldo's World Cup. Those two, just being able to watch those two in the last 15 years or whatever, more than 15 years, it's just been unbelievable. Will there ever be 2 players like that scoring 30, 40 goals every season for the last 10, 15 years? I mean, it's ridiculous. Haaland, you could say, might have a chance of doing something similar. But to have 2 going like that, maybe Darwin and Haaland will be the next 2 boys coming up. Do you rate the Brazil team, says Ravi? I think Brazil will win it. That's how much I rate them. I think they're going to be the team to beat, Ravi. It's not the best Brazil team ever. Of course it's not. They've had some good teams. But I just think that an overall package, they've got everything. The goalkeepers, of course, Ederson and Alisson. Midfield, really, really good. Defensively, don't give away goals. And up front, they're dangerous. Obviously Neymar there as well. Jesus. I mean, they've a few good players. So it's going to be interesting. It's a lot of top stars. It's a lot of top stars last World Cup, to be fair. Yeah, look, I'm interested in it. I always love the World Cup, European Championships as well. I love big tournaments. Ireland aren't there, which is sad for me. It'll be a while before we get back into a big tournament. But looking forward to it right now, and it should be good. 55 minutes in. Dave barking, new Rangers sack. Dave, Breaking news. Rangers have sacked their manager. There you go. Rangers have sacked their manager. Breaking news. Barking news. Barking news. Rangers have sacked their manager. Van Huyden or Van Bronckhorst, was it? The Dutch guy. Yeah. Go straight into it now. Van Bronckhorst. Nothing much on the BBC website about it, but I know he was clinging on to his job, basically. John, Glasgow Reds chats might have something to say about that. Isn't he a big Rangers fan? We'll have a look now. But that's the breaking news. England and Wales will not wear the One Love armbands. That is huge. That is a big breaking news. That is big news. They've obviously been slapped and told, you're not wearing them. Now, I know they would have got sanctioned or fined or whatever. Maybe a yellow. I don't know what they would have got. But it's not going to happen. But I'm sure they'll do something. They're going to take the knee, I think. But I'm sure they'll have T-shirts on under their jersey or something like that. I guarantee it. And if they score a goal, they lift the jersey up. Something like that. I'd be surprised if that didn't happen. Really would be surprised. The Samba Boys squad is stacked, Dave. One has them winning it. Gary, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they will win it in Brazil. It's not a done deal, but I think they're the favourites. Is this Dyer and Maguire to play at the back? Is it bad, Dyer and Maguire? Jesus Christ. I mean, what have you got to play at the back? That's the problem for England. I mean, to be fair, Maguire had a decent European Championships, didn't he? I mean, he did decent. He's got to be on his game. I mean, Iran, that's what I'm saying. That'd be a tight game today. I'm only going 1-0 England. A really tight game, I'd say. Always are opening games. No one wants to give an edge. No one wants to lose the opening game. So they're always tight games. You know what I mean? They're always tight games. So I'm expecting a tight one today. I really, really am. England, Iran. All the games would be tight. Even the Ecuador game. They were 2-0 up at half-time. Thought they were going to run away with it. Qatar played a little bit better. Qatar, I think Ecuador were playing Qatar yesterday. It's about time, Ravi says, yeah, says John, I presume you're talking about the manager of Rangers being sacked? It was on the cards, wasn't it? It was on the cards. I mean, they haven't been doing well at all. They got hammered by Liverpool 7-1 at Rangers. I thought he was going to go then, to be fair. But even the league form has been poor, so was on the cards, and it looks like Van Bronckhorst is gone. Gone, baby. But we stay on for another few minutes, guys. What are we, 50, 57, 58 minutes in? Hit the like, hit the share. I might do something later on for the England game. I'll definitely do an instant match reaction, but I might do a little, even the first half or second half live show. I know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes today, as I am off today, so we might do something for it. You wouldn't know. But a nice relaxed stream is always good. And I might get a few new people in, a few people that don't usually watch Dave's LFC chats, that type of thing. I am planning on doing an 80s or a 90s night soon. I've been talking about it over the weekend, an 80s, 90s game. We'll see what happens there. Music, cartoons, movies. Even 80s, 90s, noughties. That whole 3 decades is just absolutely unbelievable stuff. Dave, the England kit is dull as the weather, says Ravi. It's not great. It's very plain. Plain Jane is the England kit. Who's your nicest kit in the World Cup? There's a few extravagant kits, of course, in the World Cup. I like Argentina's kit. I've always liked the home. That blue and white striped kit is just iconic. I always think of Diego Maradona when you see that kit. I mean, it's just, wow. The Adidas Argentina kit has to be up there as one of the best ever. The German kit's not bad either. Look forward to that one, Dave. Glasgow, yes, John. We'll definitely do something. Have your beer at the ready. Some Friday, Saturday night we'll do an hour or two stream, 80s, 90s style. Germany kit looks good, yeah. The Germany kit, the Argentina kit and the Germany kit are the two kits for me that look wow. Why is it so hard to respect other cultures and countries? What if someone supports... Oh, RP, come on, you're joking me now, yeah? RP, stop. Oh my God. Germany one is nice. The Germany one is absolutely, I think, beautiful. Dave, do you like Banana Man cartoon? Yes. I did like the Banana Man cartoon in the 80s. I did like the Banana... What was the name of the young lad who turned into Banana Man in his bedroom? What was his name? What was the young lad's name that started the cartoon? Oh, I did like Banana Man, yeah. Oh, some great. Oh, look, they don't make cartoons like they did in the 80s. Eric, yes, Ravi, you're on the button straight away. His name was Eric. Absolutely brilliant. I did like Banana Man. There was some great cartoons in the 80s, of course. Absolutely. Ulysses 31 was one of my favourites. Ulysses, my son. Telemachus, my son. I used to love Ulysses. It was brilliant. Anything 80s, 90s, just because it's nostalgic and it brings it back to when I was a kid, of course, which was a long time ago. But I'm still a kid at heart, as you can probably know from some of my bloody streams. Still a kid at heart. Benjamin Button. I have it on and did the Beano to collect the Beano collection, or the Dandy. Was the Dandy another comic? The Beano, the Dandy, Nasher. Remember Nasher and the Wiz? Remember Wiz, the guy who could run real fast, had his hair sticking up. Oh my God. You're bringing it back now. You're bringing it back. We're going 80s style now, baby. Back into the time machine, 80s style. I do love an old 80s chat, but we will definitely do an 80s, 90s night. The only thing is, it will be live, but I won't be. I don't think I'll be able to put it up on YouTube because I'll be copyrighted. I won't be able to put it up then. DVD, not, yeah, it had to be a DVD. I remember VHS and Betamax when you used to have to put them into the machine. My God, and you used to have to be able to record stuff, and even the tape decks. Do you remember the tape cassettes where you just block the little part at the end and then you're able to record? Cover it with a sticker or cover it with a bit of tape, and you were able to record. I remember the chart show, Top of the Pops. Hit list, what was it? The hit list, UK hit list, UK chart show, something like that back in the 90s. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Breaking Van Bronckhorst has been sacked. We were talking about that about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, someone told me Van Bronckhorst was sacked, Doug. Yeah. It was on the cards. It was on the cards, as we said earlier. It was on the cards. I thought he would have went after the 7-1 hammering by Liverpool, to be fair. I thought he was going to go then, but Van Bronckhorst has been sacked. Who comes in there? It's a tough job, though. It's a tough job. Yeah, I used to tape the radio, Dave. Used to tape it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, look, people don't realise when there was no mobile phones, there was no iPads, iPhones, there was nothing. No, absolute nothing when we were kids. I mean, it was literally 4 or 5 channels on your television, a tape cassette or a Walkman, if you know what a Walkman is. A thing about maybe 6 by 9 inches, you put your tape into it and your big earphones going around. Danger Mouse Classic should have been a film. Danger Mouse. Dempsey and Makepeace, do you remember that? The detective show, the American guy. Dempsey and Makepeace, used to love that on a Friday night, Dempsey and Makepeace. We had to go to the shop and buy music. We used to have to go to a music shop and buy vinyls, 45s and stuff like that. Albums. It was different level. Albums seem to be coming back. The vinyls, as they're called, the vinyls are coming back. I think one of my very first vinyls I ever bought was a 45. The Eurythmics, the Angel song. You know that song? Back in early 80s had to be, I think it was about 10 or 11, 83, 84 maybe. Was it 84, 85, something like that? I still have my dance music on vinyl, says Ravi. It just sounds so different, doesn't it? Sounds so different because we're so used to all this digitals and DVD, which is just crystal clear. But the vinyls had that clicking noise. I still got a collection of vinyl, but no record player to play them on. No record player to play them on. You can still buy record players. You can still buy record. They're making a bloody comeback. I think even HMV sell them, to be fair. I think HMV sell them. Guys, we're talking, this is the thing with Dave's LFC chats. We're talking about Liverpool, we're talking about the World Cup, we're talking about anything. Global issues, and then we're talking about vinyls from the 80s. I suppose that's what it's all about, and that's what chat does for you. But the big breaking news today is England and Wales will not be wearing the One Love armbands, and of course Van Bronckhorst has got sacked by Rangers. The Walkman. I had a Sanyo, or was it Sony? Maybe it's a red Sanyo Walkman. Was one of me very Sanyo. Do you remember Sanyo? First Walkman. Michael Jackson. I think I had Off the Wall cassette. And then of course I would have had Thriller and Bad and stuff because I was a big Michael Jackson fan, as probably some of you already know. Even some of the Motown stuff, was the Jackson 5 and stuff, was just wow, absolutely unbelievable stuff. I can't believe we're on here 65 minutes already. Sanyo had a small portable television. Lovely singing voice, Dave. You should go on X Factor, says Panoff. Yeah, maybe. Could it be the start of something? Maybe now, the look's about to turn around and round again. Cause right now, club's caught in the middle. Going outside to play, Dave, says Gary. Oh, going out to play on the bloody road, kicking a ball around. We used to play even hide and seek, hiding in bushes and up trees. We used to climb trees. Local park was down the road from me. We had about 80 or 90 trees in it. And they were big trees. The plan every summer used to be, the 8 weeks or whatever we were off school, was to climb every single bloody tree. Dave, tonight his friend Brian McFadden, how to sing. I taught Brian McFadden how to sing. Is that what you're saying? But yeah, look, it's I mean, it's just crazy. It's different times now. It's a different world we're living in. I mean, it is. My little girl, I mean, she's 11 and she's an iPad and everything's on iPad. She talks to her friends. She's earphones in. She's talking to her friends live and they're on their iPad playing games. It's just totally different. Dave, Defo played knock and bolt. Knock and bolt? Yeah, anybody ever play curbs where you throw the ball and it hits the curb on the side of the road and bounces back? And if it hits the curb, you come into the middle, you hit it again. Was that played in England? Curbs? Or Kirby's or whatever you used to call it. That's what we used to call it. We used to even play tennis when Wimbledon was on. We used to play tennis when Wimbledon was on. And yeah, used to have, curbs, says Ravi. Someone would hold a rope either end, and that was the net, hitting the ball over. I mean, even Tour de France, we used to play back in the 80s, early 90s. Tour de France was huge when we had the likes of, Sean Kelly and people like that winning the Tour de France. We used to absolutely love that, and that was different. That's what we had to make up our stuff. And the imagination ran over time when we were like. I was big into art. I loved art, of course. I was quite good at art actually, and I used to love doing art. And so imagination was always there. I used to have ghost clubs when I was a kid. I was about 12 or 13. I used to have ghost clubs. I used to bring about 6 or 7 of us with cameras. Oh, click cameras, taking pictures, hoping to catch ghosts. I'm about 12 or 13 here. Parapsychology clubs and astronomy clubs. Big into astronomy as a kid as well. I used to have a telescope. I used to even write to, what was his name? BBC, what was that show? We used to be on a Sunday night, really late, about 11:30. What the hell was his name? Patrick Moore. Sir Patrick Moore. He used to write. I think I got a letter back from him back in the 80s. Don't know where it is now, but he used to write to him and stuff like that. Oh, huge. Absolutely huge. Different world. Always played curbs, says Panoff. Yeah, what a game. But that's what I'm saying. Dave, do you remember the Games Master? The Games Master. Do actually. Do you remember Transformers? Robots in Disguise. Optimus Prime. Do remember it really well. Then you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, it's just Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters, I think it was called. The original Ghostbusters cartoon, the original movie was great. They bought out the remake. I wasn't impressed with the remake that they made last year. Just, you're taking away from originals. When you bring remakes out, I think you're taking away. It's very rare and very hard to get a good remake. It's so hard to do because you're taking from the original and it's so hard to do. It just doesn't do it for me. I'm an original nostalgic lunatic. I remember having Suddy on VHS. Oh my God. Oh my, Rainbow. Do you remember Rainbow? Oh my God, that was crazy, Rainbow. Magpie. If you really want to go back, I think it was 70s, early 80s. Magpie. Do you remember that? Oh my God. OMG. And even remember Teletext? BBC Teletext? When you're waiting for the results to come in? Button Moon, Rainbow, says Ravi. Kick the Can was another game we played, yeah. Kick the Can was another one we played. Hopscotch as well was another one. Ring a Rosie, really going young here now. This is early 80s style now. Early 80s style. We used to get a rope and hanging around the lamppost, swing around the lamppost with a rope, swinging around it. Ivor the Engine. Ivor the Engine. Was he Welsh? He was Welsh, wasn't he? Ivor the Engine. Do you remember Geordie Racer? Just about remember Biker Grove. I just about remember that. Biker Grove. What else? Other one, Geordie? Do you remember Jason the Wheeled Warriors? That's another great cartoon on a Saturday morning. I mean, people don't realise kids used to get up on a Saturday morning. They wouldn't get up Monday to Friday for school, but they'd actually get up Saturday morning at half bloody 6 and be sitting down eating their bowl of Nesquicks, you know, or whatever, cornflakes or Weetabix or whatever, to watch cartoons, to watch Saturday morning shows. That all went in the early 90s. All these computer animated cartoons don't have the same appeal, says Panoff. They absolutely don't. I mean, it was just dreamland. Absolutely. That's why I'm on YouTube so much and I watch nostalgic cartoons, music, intros, that type of stuff. I absolutely love it. Yeah, 6:30 Saturday morning, Ravi. The kids would be sitting there, you know, where's it Christmas morning and a Saturday morning? It all died away, all went away. Sadly went away. Now they still have cartoons on, but they don't have those big shows. Remember Tiz was, what was it? Saturday was Tiz was day. That was why don't you? Why don't you? I think was one. Why don't you? Was another one. We had Irish shows as well, but we had English. We BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4. Channel 4 only came on in '82. The first ever show on Channel 4, when the intro was 4:45, I only watched it the other day. The very first show on Channel 4 was Countdown, and it's still going today. Very first show, 1982, Channel 4, 4:45. After our intro, you know, the ding, 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 and the 4 breaks up and, you know, that was a classic intro, was Countdown. It's still going. Still going. Do you remember Live and Kicking? Yes, I do. Do you remember John Craven's News Round? John Craven's News Round. I think it was about 5 o'clock. He used to give all the news, the kids' news or world news. John Craven, the voice, a real iconic sort of radio voice that John Craven, if everybody remembers. Blue Peter. Remember Blue Peter, getting the badge from Blue Peter? Football results on CFAX and plane arrivals, utter shite. The results on CFAX used to take ages to come in. I used to listen to, before Sky Sports, back in the 90s, actually Radio 5 Live. Dave Mellor, I think it was, Radio 5 Live, and listening to the results and the atmosphere. You'd have it on in the background. You'd be at Anfield or something. You could hear the noise of the crowd in the background. It was brilliant. You could literally, it was like reading a book. You could immerse yourself. You could immerse yourself into it. My dad's got a Jim and Fix It badge. Medal at home. Uh-oh. Craig, AFC. Bamboozle, says Craig. I remember Des O'Connor had a talk show. Fuck's sake, we're really going back here. Terry Wogan, we're going way back here, guys. As I said, we'll chat for the last few minutes of 80s, 90s styles. Even 90s, but I'm an 80s boy. Born in the 70s, but, you know, 80s really it for me. Just the shows, it's nostalgia. I mean, obviously anybody born in whatever decade, that's going to be the nostalgic decade for them. If it's music, if it's movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Goonies or whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. This Is Your Life with the Red Book. Eamon Andrews, yes. Say no more about that one, Spanoff. Yeah, that one just died of death, unfortunately. That absolute lunatic, and we know who we're all talking about there. How he got away with what he did is another podcast, as we say, but lunatic, absolutely crazy. But no, some great shows. Do you remember Dusty Bin? Do you remember Bullseye? Do you remember Bullseye on a Friday afternoon? Bullseye, and the prizes you used to win. The star prize was a yacht. Like a yacht, and your man lived in an apartment in an office block. A yacht. I mean, you know, absolutely crazy. Checkbook and pen, blankety blank. 3-2-1. What was it? 3-2-1. Dusty Bin, yeah. Val Doonigan, Christmas show. Dave Defo did the Truffle Shuffle. Was there dinos too? There was dinosaurs alive when I was a kid. Absolutely. 65 million years ago. The Val Doonigan, he had a lot of Christmas shows, didn't he, Val Doonigan? In the 70s and 80s. But I mean, just nostalgia. You didn't really crying watching them. Going, what age was I when that was on? You look at the date in the comments, 81, 82, you know. Born in 73, so you're going, does Ireland still have the Late Late Show? It still has the Late Late Show. Obviously, the iconic guy was Gay Byrne. He passed away a few years ago, but it's going since the 60s. It's still on. Or a guy called Ryan Tuberty does it now, but it's still on every Friday night. They have a thing called the Late Late Christmas Show. It's this weekend, actually, Friday. It's been going since the 60s. It's the longest, I think it's the longest chat show, continuous chat show in the world. 68, 69, something like that, or even earlier. And still going today. Absolutely crazy. PG Tips monkey adverts, as Ravi. Do you remember them? Father Ted. Father Ted's more 90s, would he be? Father Ted. I wasn't mad into Father Ted, to be fair. I wasn't actually mad into it at all. Del Boy, Only Fools and Horses. There's another classic, of course. Living in a 2 up and 2 down, a 30-foot speedboat outside his panel. It was fucking crazy. But do you know what I did love on a Friday? I think it was a Friday when you come out from school. Blockbusters. Do you remember Blockbusters? Desmond Barbers. Don't remember that. Blockbusters though. B please, Bob. Remember that? Used to love that. Yeah, but the prizes though in bullseye. I mean, you've won. You know, you've. Bob Holness, yes. Do you remember Bob? Brookside, you'd EastEnders and Coronation Street, which are still going. Brookside, of course, yeah. I wasn't mad into the soaps, as I say. Wasn't into the soaps at all. Never did anything for me. Dirty Den. Bullseye was great. Jim Bowen is a legend, says Gary. He passed away a few years ago, didn't he? Can I have a P, please, Bob? Can I have a B, please, Bob? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There's a board game. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Obviously came a bit later in the noughties. Chris Tarrant, it was. Catchphrase with Roy Walker. Did like Catchphrase. Still like Catchphrase. It's still on one of those gold channels. Did like Catchphrase. Really was good. Say What You See, is it? Say What You See. Catchphrase. Geez, we're really finishing this on an 80s, 90s nostalgia, aren't we, guys? We'll give it the 80. What are we? 4 or 5 more minutes. I might do something later. Going for gold. Going for gold. Say what you see, Panoff. Say what you see is right. You can't even say what you see anymore. That's the problem. You've got to see what you say. Dave, you like all the shows I like, says Ravi. Well, if you're similar age, I was born in 73, so I'm 50 in April. The big 50, the big 50 in April, baby. So similar. I would have been 7, 8 going into the 80s. So my whole teenage years, would have been 17 in 1990, 17, 18. So whole 80s was the big one for me. I'm 37, Dave, says Ravi. What? I'm a good 13 years in you, baby. A good 13 years. Get your ages in. What age are you? I'm 50 in April. Ravi's 37. Grange Hill. You're really showing your age now, Craig, if you know about Grange Hill. Grange Hill. Absolutely brilliant as well. What other shows was there? I'm going to say Grange. Like Grange Hill. Craig is 45. Similar to me, Craig. Just a little bit older, obviously. But Grange Hill. There was a few more. On say, the Friday afternoon, you come home from school and you're feeling great because you're off school for the weekend. 30 last summer, catching you up, Dave. Says, yeah, of course. It'll be a while before you catch up on me, baby. A while before you catch up on me. But, yeah, I mean, Friday afternoon was the dream, wasn't it? Zap, Art Attack, Children's Awards. Art Attack. I even remember the one well before that in the early 80s. As I say, I loved art. Did a bit of art myself. A few paintings actually hanging in the house that I did. I might show you them later. Good morning, Dave. John Conway now. John, how are you, my friend? Hit the like. Hit the share. Let's get a few people in. I've been on here for 78 minutes talking about the World Cup, Liverpool, 80s and 90s, cartoons, movies, talking about absolutely anything and everything. The breaking news, Rangers, Van Bronckhorst, manager, has been sacked. England and Wales will not be wearing the One Love armbands today. They will not be wearing them. That was the news. Big games today. We've got Iran and England at 1 o'clock. We've got Senegal. We've got Holland at 4. And we've got Wales and the US at 7. It is a packed day. The Wheel of Fortunes is Ravi. Family Fortunes. And they brought out a Celebrity Family Fortunes, I think, then after it. Yeah, do remember them. Not mad about them. But I did love the Friday afternoon or the Saturday mornings as a kid. The Saturday mornings. Muppet Babies, was it? Muppet Babies. That was another one. The Muppet Show. 61 looking through the eyes of a 30-year-old, says Panoff. Love it, baby. You're absolutely right, my friend. That's the way to do it, baby. Like Benjamin Button or Peter Pan. Big Break. Was that one Big Break? Don't remember that one. 40 Days, Gary. Yeah. But big break. Do I remember that one? Something's telling me about that one, but not as much. But just those Friday afternoons, those Saturday mornings, you lived for as a kid. They were the dream because there was nothing much else to do. There was no mobile phones, there was no iPads, there was no nothing. You had your cassette tape, you had your video recorder if you were lucky. That was it. The Ben Elton show, says Gary. Jim Davison, do you remember Jim Davison? Saint and Greavesy on a Saturday lunchtime, about 12:30, I think it's Saturday. I mean, Ian St. John and Jimmy Greaves. I mean, could you beat those two legends? Absolutely not. This was before there was so many games. This is pre-Sky Sports. You know, this is 80s style. Bit of fun, bit of banter between the two of them. It was just unbelievable. Saint and Greavesy, legends. Benny Hill, says Craig. Now, he wouldn't get away with half the stuff Benny Hill did in the 70s and 80s. Wow. More 70s. The Carry On movies. Jesus Christ. 60s, 70s style there. So funny, so in your face, so innuendo, so non-PC. Let's be real, non-PC. You would not get away with Benny Hill or Carry On movies today. Just wouldn't happen. Fantasy football with Skinner and Badale. Yeah. Wasn't mad about that. Was not mad about that at all. But just looking at breaking news there. Oh, Ukraine, they're talking about them. It's just crazy stuff what's going on over there. We're living in a crazy world, guys. Living in a crazy... Come out of a pandemic, basically. To come out of a back end of a pandemic, to go into a war is just absolutely crazy times that we are living in. And you're throwing a World Cup in November, it's even more crazy. The young ones, do you remember the young ones? They were lunatics. They were absolute lunatics. Wurzel Gummidge. Do you remember Wurzel Gummidge? He was brilliant. Wurzel Gummidge, oh my God. Was Polly his girlfriend? Wurzel Gummidge, I'm trying to think. But I did love Miss Polly, I think, was it? Maybe. Wurzel Gummidge was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was a spin-off of Wurzel. We'll give it the hour and a half, will we? We give it the hour and a half. What are we? 82 minutes. We'll give it another 8 minutes. Hit the like, hit the share. Might do something later for one of the games, so keep your notifications on. Around the Twist. Says Rabbi, I'm going around the twist at the moment, baby. I'm absolutely going around the twist. It's probably too early to be going live anyway. It's hard to get people. A lot of people are in work. You might get more people in for the England game, in around the England game, so I might do something for that. You might get a lot more people in. Breaking news, 46 people killed and 700 injured in Indonesian earthquake. Wow. I did see something like that coming up in Sky News a few minutes ago. I mean, it's crazy world, I mean. Look what's happening everywhere. Everywhere something's happening. It's just absolutely amazing. You know, crazy world. Grange Hill, says John. Someone mentioned that earlier on, John. Yeah, Grange Hill. How could you forget Grange Hill? How could you forget? Aunt Polly, says Anne. Yeah, did I say Miss Polly? Aunt Polly. Rockin' chips. Don't remember rockin' chips, but that reminds me of my chipper because usually it's, you know, fish and chips, but the fish is like a rock, so it is like rockin' chips. But yeah, they don't care about equality and inclusivity. They constantly preach about them. They do tell you when they come home and start preaching again, they're getting ignored. Who don't? Who are you talking about? England don't. Tell you when they come home and start preaching again, they're getting ignored. Well, I mean, they've been told by UEFA, I'd say by the Qatari royal family or government not to wear those armbands today, but I still think they'll do something. I still think they will have something under the jersey and their T-shirt or something. I'd be surprised if they don't. Like when you're told to do something, you usually go against it, don't you? That's not the way it works. Dave, if you have a nostalgia stream, get Jamie Phillips on. He also likes to talk about stuff on his channel a similar age to you. I think I'm a bit older than Jamie, to be fair. I think I'm a little bit older than Jamie. Yeah, he does a lot. He's doing a lot of streams at the moment, Jamie Phillips, isn't he? He's banging out the content at the moment. Absolutely. I'm sure he'll be live for all the games today. Never mind the England game. He's banging out the content today. So big up to Jamie Phillips, football chats. Jack Mack, my mate Jackie Boy. Anfield Road TV, probably be live as well. Noel Edmonds' house party. Wacky races. Penelope pit stops as Gary. Now you're talking. Now you are talking, baby. I think that's even 60s, 70s level. Hanna-Barbera, who made all the cartoons, of course. Captain Caveman. You had Hong Kong Fooey. Never be the super guy. Hong Kong Fooey. These are 70s, probably even 60s. Dave, you and Jamie would be great on stream together, says Ravi. Dick Dastardly. I do remember Dick Dastardly. I do remember Dick Dastardly. That was, wow. Noel Edmonds, yeah. Noel Edmonds has been going for some amount of time, hasn't he? Some amount of time. It's just ridiculous. Still going, but unbelievable. I wasn't mad about that house party. I know the one the big door, was it? When you opened the door, the red door or something. Wasn't mad about it. Krypton Factor. We're really going backwards in time. The Krypton Factor. Day of the Triffids. We're going early 80s here. Early 80s. I mean, unbelievable stuff. I'm still thinking about that big Irish breakfast. I'm still thinking about going up for it. You know, it's not, what time is it? It's 10 to 11 already. Jeez, I want to start working. Stop the pigeon. Stop the pigeon. That's Penelope Pit Stop, is it? Wacky Races, Stop the Pigeon, is that? The A-Team, Knight Rider, V, the Aliens in the early 80s, Knight Rider, Street Hawk, Airwolf. You can throw them all in. Chips, 70s style, Chips. Starsky and Hutch, the Pink Panther cartoons, is Ravi. I'm throwing loads out here now, baby. Hill Street Blues. The intros to these were just ridiculous. Absolutely brilliant. Twilight Zone. Sometimes you come on here, it is like the Twilight Zone. And that's what I like about it. Anything goes. That was another one. Anything goes. I think it was on an Irish channel. But Anything Goes on Dave's LFC chat. Beep beep. Roadrunner. That was good as well. Beep beep. Yeah. Do you remember Buck Rogers from the 25th century? Beepity beepity Buck. What's up, Buck? American Gladiator, TJ Hooker, the cop show. Do you remember TJ Hooker? Absolutely remember TJ Hooker. Columbo. Do you remember Kojak? We're going back. Dallas Dynasty. These are just iconic, legendary. Who Shot JR? That was the big one in the early 80s, of course. I think it was 80. Was that 80 or 81? Who Shot JR? One of the biggest ever fucking shows to be watched in the history of bloody TV. Who Shot JR with Dallas, Falcon Crest. I mean, just unbelievable. Dreams, The Love Boat, the Love 70s. That was The Love Boat. Dave Shot JR and Convinces Ravi. Sons and Daughters. Oh my God, Sons and Daughters. Home and Away. Neighbours. Wasn't mad about them. Australian soaps, of course, but they really did go unbelievable when Kylie married Jason, of course, Jason Donovan. That was a big one back in the 80s. I mean, huge, iconic fucking Prison Cell Block H. Yeah, Cell Block H. Craig and Ravi came out with that straight away. The Australian soap, Cell Block H. Who were the people in that? There was a mad... my mother passed away the week before, actually. Klopp came into Liverpool back in October 2015. Rest in peace, my mum. She loved Cell Block H. My younger brother used to watch it with her. I think it was a Friday night it used to be on. What was the name of the... Marge, what was the name of the prison guard? She was an evil prison guard. She was head over Cell Block H at the time. What was her name? Craig, big up. Craig, big up, the classics. Says Ravi. Yes, Craig knows them, and so do I, baby. Speedy Gonzalez. Handele. Yeah. Handele. I thought it was Handele. I do remember that. I do remember Speedy Gonzalez. Oh my God. He was so fast. Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Nunez. Speedy Gonzalez is Nunez. Isn't he so fast? But yeah, I do remember him. Who else? All the gems are coming up here, guys, just before we go. I will do something later, so keep your notifications on. But we're an hour and a half in now. Power Rangers, more 90s. Power Rangers, Andy, late 90s. Wasn't mad about them, to be fair. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. He-Man was brilliant. She-Ra came out after that. I mean, absolutely iconic. Care Bears, Gummy Bears, the Gummy Bears. Listen to the intro of the Gummy Bears on YouTube. The actual intro. It is like a full orchestra behind it. Absolute. Fraggle Rock. Used to like Fraggle Rock. It's like a time warp here today. We just been transported back in time, says Panos. I am going to do, as I told you, an 80s, 90s, noughties night where there will be intros played in the background. There will be music and cartoons played in the background. And you have to guess which ones they are. of movies and stuff like that. We'll do an hour and a half show some Friday, maybe Friday or Saturday coming up. And I do like that. Now, the only problem is, I say, copyright comes into it because you're playing. I think you might get away with playing Hits It the Poddington Peas. I do remember the Poddington Peas. Do you remember Postman Pat? Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Postman Pat. If you really want to go back to, what was it, the Magic Roundabout? The Magic Roundabout? Stop it and tidy up, says Ravi. The Magic Roundabout. Do, 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 do. The Familyness, don't remember that one. The Fall Guy, that was another one. That skit show Muppets. Jose Allen, how are you? Trapdoor, do remember Trapdoor? It was a crazy intro as well, wasn't it? Count Duckula was another one. Count Duckula. Guys, tell you what, be thinking, I'm going to do something next weekend. As I say, if you're on a Friday or Saturday, have your beer, have your Coke at the ready. We will do a crazy 80s, 90s chat show for an hour and a half. And I might even have someone in with me, because you can bring someone in on YouTube. Or I might do it on StreamYard. Maybe I won't get copyrighted on StreamYard. Who knows? But we'll throw up a load of Knight Rider, V, A-Team, TJ Hooker, Chips, you know, absolutely everything and anything. You're going to miss your Brecky Dave, says Panoff. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. I might just have a bowl of Nesquik. Rhubarb and custard. That was absolutely crazy. Rhubarb and custard. The Mr. Men. Who could forget the Mr. Men? Who could forget the Mr. Men? Yeah, who remembers, what would he call, fruit salad sweets and blackjacks? Do you remember them? Or, I mean, it's just a different world we were living in. It was just absolutely Space Invaders. Yes, they were crisps, I think, Space Invaders, weren't they? They were like a crisp type of snack, Space Invaders. I do remember them, of course. That cartoon used to wobble. Thundercats are go! Thundercats. Do remember Thundercats? They're brilliant. Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are loose. Remember that? A-Team, as I said earlier. He-Man. Do you remember Brave Star? Eyes of the Hawk, speed of the Puma. Braveheart, or Brave Star, sorry, Brave Star was brilliant. Button Moon, we're off to Button Moon. Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. Do you remember the Moon Mins? The Moon Mims? Moon Mins. I remember them. There's so many classic. Manimal. Do 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 do. Manimal, absolutely legendary. Captain Planet and the Raccoons. Captain Planet. The Word. Do you also remember Defenders of the Earth? Defenders. Do you remember Dungeons and Dragons? Dungeons and Dragons. What a cartoon that was. Magnum P.I. it was. Wasn't it Magnum P.I.? Private Investigator, Magnum P.I. Starsky and Hutch, way back. That's going way back. Columbo. We're also talking about... Yes, and you would get a big bag of fruit salads for pennies. Yes, it was pennies in them days, Panoff. It was pennies in them days. You would have got them. You will not get anything for pennies nowadays. Timmy Mallet with that big bloody mallet hitting everybody over the head. Lunatic with the glasses. I do remember him. A little bollocks he was. Murder, She Wrote. She sadly passed away. Was it this year? She passed away this year. Angela Lansbury, I think was her name. Murder, She Wrote. My mum used to love that. Baywatch, who can forget Baywatch? Who would not forget Baywatch? Of course, with David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider as well. Wagon Wheels. Wagon Wheels are still... You on about the chocolate? I had a wagon wheel yesterday. Fighters Keeper Funhouse with the twins. Barely remember that one. Sort of in the background. The likes of Blue Peter, the likes of News Round, the likes of Blockbusters, you know. These were the big ones for me, the huge ones for me. Absolutely. Look, Catchphrase, all these ones. But I mean, there's so many. Be thinking of other ones, guys, between now and the weekend, because I'm going to do an 80s, 90s show. Just to fill in the time, we will do it at the weekend, probably about 8 or 9 at night. Hopefully won't get copyrighted, and we play music in the background. We'll play, you know, intros and stuff. Yeah, Brave Star was absolutely brilliant. What an intro. Grandstand was brilliant as well. The BBC Sports show that did all catch up on all the sports. Grandstand. Liverpool 1, Everton 0. That's right, catchphrase. Yes, Ravi, absolutely. I'm going to go. I better go and get me breakfast, guys. The breakfast is going. Thunderbirds are go. Trash World Sport, Gladiators. Timmy's a nine. Tit Mallet, he was an absolute lunatic. Didn't like him. But Thunderbirds, brilliant as well. Malady, and his Stingray. Stingray. She-Ra. Guys, hit the like, hit the share. 80s 99 is going to be coming up soon. So make sure you are on Trans World Sport. Remember that as well. Thanks for popping in. I'm going to be breakfast. See you later. Probably do something for the England game. You never know. Stay safe. Talk soon. You'll never walk alone. Let's go. Big day of football.